Every morning, millions of us wake up, step out of bed, and walk straight into a carefully laid trap. It is a trap designed by the modern food industry, disguised as convenience, and sold to us as comfort. The house is quiet, the early light is just beginning to filter through the windows. And in that quiet, vulnerable space of the morning, we make our first crucial mistake. We give our aging bodies the absolute bare minimum. A thin piece of processed toast that turns to sugar the moment it hits our tongue. A cup of black coffee on an empty stomach to jolt our nervous system. A bowl of brightly colored, empty promises poured from a cardboard box. We eat out of habit. We eat what is quick. And then, we spend the rest of the day paying the price. We wonder why, by 11 o'clock in the morning, our energy falls off a cliff. We wonder why our joints feel stiff and achy, why the fog rolls into our minds, making it hard to remember a name or focus on a book. We blame it on getting older. We tell ourselves that feeling tired and fragile is simply the cost of adding another candle to the birthday cake. But it is a lie. You have spent decades building your life. You have weathered storms, raised families, built careers, and earned your wisdom. You have fought hard for your time and your freedom. So why, at this remarkable stage of your journey, are you letting your breakfast steal your vitality? Today, we are staging an intervention. We are breaking the cycle of fatigue. We are taking back the morning. Because the food you eat at the start of your day is not just sustenance, it is the fuel of longevity. It is the foundation of your physical and mental strength. Welcome to Mindful Aging. The deception of convenience. Let us take a hard, honest look at the standard morning diet. It looks innocent enough, doesn't it? A quick blueberry muffin grabbed on the go. A bagel with a smear of cream cheese. A bowl of instant oatmeal that promises heart health but is secretly loaded with 20 grams of refined sugar. But let me tell you exactly what happens inside your miraculous, complex body when this is your first meal of the day. It is a biological ambush. Within 20 minutes of swallowing that pastry, your blood sugar skyrockets. It shoots up like a flare in the night sky. In response, your pancreas goes into absolute overdrive, pumping out insulin like a desperate firefighter trying to extinguish a 5-alarm blaze in your bloodstream. Your body scrambles to pack all that excess glucose away. And then comes the inevitable consequence, the crash. The sudden, brutal drop in blood sugar that leaves you feeling lethargic, irritable, and craving yet another quick fix. For a senior body, a body that requires more precision, more respect, and more care than it did in your 20s, this isn't just a bad habit. It is a daily, systematic sabotage. This relentless roller coaster of sugar and insulin drives systemic inflammation, the root cause of joint pain and arterial plaque. It accelerates cognitive decline and strips your muscles of the steady energy they need to carry you through the day. We are absolutely done with the sabotage. It is time to stop eating like we are running late for a high school bus. It is time to build a fortress. And every enduring fortress requires an unshakable foundation. The Protein Awakening. Enter the unsung hero of our longevity story, protein. As we age, our bodies undergo a silent, insidious process called sarcopenia. It is the natural, gradual loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. Sarcopenia is what makes opening a jar suddenly feel like a wrestling match. It is what makes getting up from a low chair an effort, and what turns a simple fall into a catastrophic fracture. But muscle is not just for movement. It is your body's metabolic sink, absorbing sugars and keeping your metabolism burning. Protein is the shield that protects you from losing it. To build this shield, we are making the Ironclad Frittata. I want you to completely forget the image of standing over a hot stove, painstakingly flipping individual eggs while your coffee gets cold. We are building a master meal that does the hard work for you and lasts for days in the refrigerator. We start with 6 farm-fresh eggs, cracking them into a large glass bowl. We whisk them until they are a pale, vibrant yellow. But here is the secret weapon. We add a full cup of full-fat cottage cheese. Why? Because it transforms the texture, making the eggs impossibly fluffy and rich, while injecting a massive dose of slow-digesting casein protein. This is the protein that drips into your system slowly, keeping your muscles fed and your hunger at bay for hours on end. We heat a heavy cast iron skillet. We drop in massive handfuls of dark, leafy green spinach and brightly colored red bell peppers. We are adding crunch, we are adding vitamins, and we are adding life. We fold our incredible egg mixture into the sizzling vegetables. We top it with a generous sprinkle of sharp, aged cheddar. We place the entire skillet into an oven at 375 degrees and we bake it until it rises like a golden sun, the edges pulling away from the pan, the top bubbling and perfectly browned. One generous slice of this frittata delivers over 20 grams of highly bioavailable protein. It is not just breakfast. It is your daily insurance policy for staying independent, strong, and entirely unstoppable. The fiber frontier. If protein is the heavy shield that guards your muscles, fiber is the finely tuned engine that drives your internal systems. We must acknowledge that digestion changes as the years go by. The fiery metabolism of our youth slows down. The gut becomes more sensitive, more stubborn, and less forgiving. Fiber is the master regulator. It acts as a sweeping broom for your arteries, balancing your cholesterol levels. It acts as the primary food source for your gut microbiome, the trillions of beneficial bacteria that control everything from your immune system to your daily mood. Fiber keeps the engine running flawlessly. To harness this power, we embrace the overnight oat alchemy. Notice I said alchemy, not cooking. We do not boil these oats into a sticky, unappetizing paste. We let time and nature do the heavy lifting while we sleep peacefully in our beds. You take a glass mason jar. You pour in half a cup of thick, raw, rolled oats, not the powdery instant kind, but the hearty, structural oats that your body actually has to work to break down. Next, we add a tablespoon of chia seeds. These are tiny nutritional warriors. When exposed to liquid, they expand, absorbing up to 10 times their weight in water, creating a soothing gel that hydrates your digestive tract from the inside out. We pour in a splash of unsweetened almond milk to bring it all together. And now, the crowning glory. We add a heavy handful of deep purple, wild blueberries and freshly crushed walnuts. Berries are nature's ultimate brain food. They are packed to the brim with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that cross the blood-brain barrier and literally fight off cellular rust. We seal the jar tightly. We place it in the cold darkness of the refrigerator. While you are resting, recovering from the day, a quiet transformation occurs in that jar. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, you don't have to think. You don't have to turn on a stove. You don't have to make a single decision. You just open the jar, grab a spoon, and you feast on vitality. The liquid gold. Even if you master your protein and conquer your fiber, there is one silent thief that robs seniors of their energy more effectively than anything else: dehydration. It is a biological quirk of aging that your sense of thirst fundamentally diminishes. The signal connecting your brain to your dry mouth begins to fade. By the time you actually feel thirsty, you are already operating at a severe hydration deficit. Your blood has thickened, your kidneys are straining, and your energy is plummeting. We combat this with the Vitality Elixir. Let me be clear. This is not a sugary store-bought juice that spikes your insulin. This is a whole food, hyper-hydrating bomb designed specifically for the senior body. We start with a base of pure coconut water, nature's most perfect delivery system for essential electrolytes like sodium and magnesium. We drop in a massive handful of fresh kale, not for the taste, which you won't even notice, but for the bone-strengthening vitamin K and the deep, cellular cleansing properties of chlorophyll. We add half of a frozen banana to provide a massive hit of potassium, which is critical for regulating blood pressure and preventing muscle cramps. Finally, we add 1 scoop of high-quality, unflavored whey or plant protein to stabilize the entire mixture. We press the power button on the blender. It roars to life, instantly pulverizing these chaotic, separate ingredients into a smooth, vibrant, emerald green vortex. It takes exactly 60 seconds. 60 seconds to create a beverage that will flood your cells with the profound hydration and micronutrients they're actively screaming for. It is crisp, it is refreshing, and it brings you back to life. The Ultimatum. You are the author of the later chapters of your life, and you are holding the pen right now. The narrative is not pre-written by your genetics or your age, it is dictated by the choices you make every single day. You can choose to let tomorrow morning slip by, fueled by cheap sugar, refined carbohydrates, and pure apathy. You can accept the midday fatigue, the aching joints, and the mental fog as your inevitable reality. Or, you can make a different choice. A profound, rebellious choice. You can choose the golden, protein-packed frittata. You can choose the antioxidant-rich, fiber-dense oats. You can choose the vibrant, hydrating elixir. You can choose to stand in your kitchen, look at the food you are about to consume, and tell your body, we are not done yet. We are not fading quietly into the background. We are just getting started. Your body is an incredibly resilient machine, and it is always listening to the instructions you give it. Every bite of food is a line of code, a message telling your cells either to decay or to rebuild. What message are you going to send tomorrow morning? Choose strength. Choose vitality. Choose yourself. Stay strong. Stay mindful. And I will see you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel.